Good morning again, Crossroads South, and happy Friday. It is Friday, March 21st, and it is a B day today. So another early morning announcements from a different location. So let's start and talk a little bit about yesterday. So yesterday we had a little bit of a secret staff day, and some students caught me in the hall and they were like, Ms. Capes, people are drinking their water out of weird things today. So yes, we had a secret undercover staff day, which was anything but a cup day. So you saw a lot of random things that people were having their coffee or their water out of. And you never know when there might be another undercover day that you'll have to guess coming up soon. So just keep your eyes and ears open for that. Now, today is March 21st, as I said. We are already in trimester 3, so let's get things going. But March 21st is also World Down Syndrome Day. Now, the reason, I'm curious if you know, the reason today is World Down Syndrome Day and why I asked you to wear wacky socks today is because we celebrate those individuals who have Down syndrome, and we celebrate what it is to bring attention and awareness to it. And this is actually really interesting because 7th and 8th graders, you are firmly in your genetics unit in science right now. And people who have Down syndrome are born with an extra chromosome on the 21st chromosome. So instead of 46 total chromosomes, they actually have 47 because the 21st chromosome has 3. So that is why that is a genetic disability that is people are born with, and it causes some differences, but you know what, we're more alike than we are different. So it's very interesting for those of you in 7th and 8th grade who are studying genetics. Take a look at what that means and how that happens when the two cells come together and you're picking the chromosomes start to play out. Now, I know you're talking about traits, but this is something that happens, and there's lots of genetic disorders that can happen, and that happen in that moment when those cells come together and they start to form your DNA and your chromosomes come together. So ask your science teachers questions. They are the experts on this. But anyways, today is why we're celebrating, because it's March 21st. It's 21, and it brings the awareness to the 21st chromosome, and the fact that this is something that we want to share with everybody. Now, the other reason we talk about socks is because if you put the socks together as mismatched socks, they look like a chromosome. So very interesting, and hopefully you are just doing some learning on your own, because the more we get to know about differences, the more we celebrate and realize that we're all alike. So I want to give a huge shout out to all of our teachers who brought that day to us today, and thank you for bringing awareness to Down syndrome. All right. Moving along, we have a patterns assembly today. We are on a little bit of a wonky schedule, so make sure that we're checking that. Our times are a little different today. And then we have our patterns assembly that's starting right after 6th grade lunch. So please stay in your locations until you hear the announcement for your house or your unit to head on down to the patterns assembly. Teachers, remember that we still have the same seating assignments for patterns, and we will get started. And today there's going to be a challenge and a tournament that's going to happen as well, and lots of prizes, so we thank our PTO. Lastly, before I send you off for the day, I do want to give a huge shout out to our jazz band. They are performing and competing tomorrow in a national jazz band festival. Now, it just so happens that this national festival is here right on the East Coast. It's in Philadelphia. Sometimes it's at different parts of the country, but we're very lucky that it's in Philadelphia this year. So our jazz band will be up bright and early, and they will be heading out tomorrow and most of Saturday. They're going to be spending their whole Saturday in Philadelphia competing and watching other jazz bands from around the country, other middle school jazz bands and high school jazz bands. So I'm very excited for you, and I'm very honored to listen to all of you play, because you're phenomenal musicians. So we're excited to hear how you do. All right. That concludes the morning announcements for today, everyone. And I will give you a little fun fact. Yes, I'm in my house, and yes, my son loves Legos. So if any of you are Star Wars fan, yes, we have the big giant at, and this is just a log cabin. All right, that concludes the morning announcements. Again, I'm going to let you do the salute to the flag in your classroom. And once you're done with that, have an awesome day, Crossroads, and have an awesome weekend.